Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most complex and unsettling horror films of the last decade, Na Hong-jin's 2016 masterpiece, The Wailing. If you've seen this movie, you know it's not one you easily forget. It burrows into your mind and stays there, leaving you with a lingering sense of dread and a mountain of questions. So grab your popcorn, and maybe a crucifix, a shamanic totem, and a healthy dose of skepticism, because we're about to try and unravel the chilling enigma of The Wailing. For those who haven't seen it, I'll give you a quick, spoiler-free rundown. The film is set in Gokseong, a quiet, rural village in South Korea. Our protagonist is Yong-gu, a bumbling, slightly cowardly police officer, whose peaceful life is shattered when a mysterious and violent illness begins to spread through the community. The infected locals develop a horrifying rash, lose their minds, and brutally murder their own families before becoming catatonic. Rumors start to fly, all pointing to a strange Japanese man who recently moved into a secluded house in the nearby mountains. Is he a demon? A ghost? Or just an innocent outsider being scapegoated by a superstitious town? As Jong-gu investigates, his own daughter, Hyo-jin, begins to show the same terrifying symptoms, forcing him into a desperate race against time to save her. This is where the film's genius truly begins to shine. The Wailing isn't just a simple whodunit. It's a masterclass in manipulation, both of its characters and of us, the audience. Just when you think you have a handle on what's happening, the film introduces a new element that throws everything into question. We have the Japanese stranger, whose bizarre rituals and unsettling presence make him the prime suspect. Then a charismatic young shaman named Il-gwang is called in to perform a powerful exorcism, but his motives and allegiances are murky at best. Finally, there's a mysterious woman in white, Moon-myung, who appears at crime scenes and seems to be a protective spirit, yet her warnings are cryptic and often contradictory. Who is the real evil? Is it the Japanese man, who the villagers believe is a demon? Is it the shaman, whose elaborate rituals might be a deception? Or is it the woman in white, whose true nature remains shrouded in ambiguity? The film masterfully plays with our perceptions, making us share in Jong-gu's confusion and paranoia. Every piece of evidence can be interpreted in multiple ways. A photograph, a piece of clothing, a dead crow. Each clue pulls us in a different direction. Director Na Hong-jin is a master puppeteer, and we are his puppets, dangling on the strings of doubt. Let's talk about the film's incredible blend of genres. It starts almost like a dark comedy, with Jong-gu's incompetence providing some initial levity, but it quickly descends into a full-blown supernatural horror, a gripping police procedural, and a heartbreaking family drama. The tonal shifts are seamless. One moment you're laughing at a clumsy cop, the next you're witnessing a terrifying possession, and the next, you're watching a massive, chaotic exorcism ritual that is one of the most intense sequences ever put to film. This ritual, intercut with the Japanese man's own ceremony, is a perfect example of the film's core theme, the clash of beliefs. We see traditional Korean shamanism directly confronting a foreign, perceived evil, and we're left to wonder which one is truly effective, or if they're even in opposition at all. This brings us to the heart of the movie, faith and doubt. Jong-gu is a man without strong convictions. He's not particularly religious or superstitious at the start. He's just an ordinary guy thrown into an extraordinary, incomprehensible situation. He doesn't know who to trust, and frankly, neither do we. Should he listen to the shaman who demands a hefty sum of money but seems to know what he's doing? Should he trust the mysterious woman who claims to be a guardian but offers no concrete proof? Or should he follow his gut instinct and confront the Japanese man, even if it means resorting to violence? His journey is a reflection of our own struggle with uncertainty. When faced with the unexplainable, what do you cling to? Do you put your faith in a higher power, in tradition, in logic, or in your own intuition? The Wailing suggests that the most dangerous thing isn't the monster itself, but the doubt that paralyzes you. Jong-gu's hesitation, his wavering faith, is his ultimate downfall. He's trapped in a web of deceit, baited by conflicting stories, and his inability to make a decisive choice is what seals his family's tragic fate. Now let's get into the ending, because this is where everyone's theories really come alive. And a massive spoiler warning is in effect from here on out. If you haven't seen the film, please go watch it and then come back. You've been warned. In the film's climax, Jong-gu is confronted with a final impossible choice. The shaman, Il-gwang, calls him and says the woman in white, Moomyong, is the real demon, and the Japanese man was a shaman trying to help. At the same time, Moomyong confronts Jong-gu, telling him she has set a trap for the demon and he just needs to wait until the rooster crows 3 times. If he goes home before that, the trap will fail, and his family will die. So who does he believe? He's standing at a crossroads with his daughter's life hanging in the balance. The withering flowers at the scene seem to confirm Moomyong's power is fading. In a moment of panic, fueled by the shaman's call, Jong-gu's doubt wins. He runs home, breaking the protective circle. In the final scenes, we get our answers, and they are absolutely soul-crushing. Il-gwang arrives at Jong-gu's house, and as he tries to take a photo, he drops a box, spilling out photos of all the previous victims, confirming he was working with the demon, documenting its evil. Meanwhile, a young deacon finds the Japanese man in his cave, who has now transformed into a full-fledged, smiling devil. The demon confirms his identity, stating his existence only matters if people doubt it. And we, the audience, are left with the horrifying realization that Jong-gu chose wrong. He trusted the collaborator and doubted the guardian. His lack of faith led directly to the destruction of everything he loved. But is it that simple? The Wailing refuses to give us a clean answer. Some theories suggest that Moomyong, the woman in white, was not a benevolent village god but something else. Perhaps even God or an angel testing Jong-gu's faith, a test he spectacularly failed. Others argue that every spiritual force in the film was malevolent, and Jong-gu was doomed from the start. The film is a religious allegory wrapped in a folk tale, drawing from Christian and shamanistic beliefs to create a world where evil thrives on uncertainty. The demon's power comes from his ability to make people question what they see, to sow discord and suspicion. He doesn't need to be all-powerful, he just needs you to doubt. Ultimately, The Wailing is a film that demands your engagement. It's not a passive viewing experience. It forces you to question, to analyze, and to feel the same gut-wrenching uncertainty as its characters. It's a film about the nature of evil, the fragility of faith, and the terrifying consequences of doubt. It's a true modern horror classic that will haunt you long after the credits roll, leaving you to ponder. If you were in Jong-gu's shoes, who would you have believed? What are your theories about The Wailing? Who did you think the real villain was on your first watch? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to read your interpretations of this incredible film. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.